Hello, friends, and welcome to Talking with Fantasy. My name's host Eric, and tonight the topic of this live stream is life too complicated? And there are four possible answers: yes, no, super yes, and eh. Which one is correct? All right, so if we posit regarding the first potentiality that yes, in fact, life is too complicated, well, then naturally we'd have to ask the question how to uncomplicate it, how much less complicated need it be, and where to uncomplicate. Um, it would seem to me that complications in life occur through a few different frames. Some of them behavioral, some of them ontological, some of them relational. Um,
Well, Eric, you can't say something like life is too complicated because it's a pretty sweeping statement, right? Then, if that sweeping statement were true, then you wouldn't be able to simply uncomplicate it because if you could uncomplicate life, then life wouldn't necessarily be complicated, now would it?
well, the thing is, what I'm really asking as a topic is do you experience life as too complicated? And unfortunately, instead of putting titles that say exactly what they mean, people respond much better to NI titles like, is life too complicated? Because somebody like you will be like, you can't ask that question. It's like, you can't make those kind of general statements, blah, blah, blah. And they'll have to come in here to tell me that. So this is one of the ways that I reel them in. I reel in the INTPs with bold NI statements they want to dispute.
Well, you've been disputed, so carry on, sir.
Okay, consider me disputed. He's right, of course. Is life too complicated? Is an incredibly stupid question when parsed literally. So let's parse it non-literally. Let's parse it with a an incredibly vigorous leniency. So language. So Jojo Shabadi says it's complicated, but no more so than it's ever been or ever will be. I'm not sure about that. I think it used to be less complicated. Complicated for whom? The liver of the life. Rowan Morgan. Obviously, whoever's living the life is the one who's going to have to determine whether it's too complicated or not. My life's pretty complicated sometimes. I'm trying, and this is the thing. When I say complicated, what I really mean is fraught with irresolvabilities or fraught with unresolvednesses. What is that? My phone? Who's calling me? A caller at this hour? Nope, wrong pocket.
The nerve.
There's no way they're still going to be comments I don't answer. Becky. Hello, Becky.
Hey Eric, so Shane and I missed the train that Susie and Abe got on, and just wondering if maybe you could come pick us up from APU.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I can come do that. I can do that right now.
Thanks
Yeah,
so much.
yeah, no problem. Bye. Let me ask Kimmy if she wants to do it. She's not going to want to do it, but maybe I should just go do it. Let me just ask her, see what she says. Right now, I just got a notification from Google. A calendar tells me suggested location home beginning at 12 a.m. I'm scheduled sleeping, but that's not really a schedule I have to keep. Call Kimmy. Yeah, at the moment, it's just Spacey and me sitting out here. Becky and Shane are at the train station, and Abraham and Susie are back towards, or in their car coming back from the train station. We all got separated today. Well, I'll tell you one thing that we did. Hello, Kimmy? Hello? Oh, it's ringing still. Uh, is we rode those, me and Kimmy and Spacey rode those little scooters you rent that are scattered around town. Well, I guess it's me. I'm gonna have to. It's gonna be a very short live stream because I got to go pick up these people from transition. So, in all seriousness, though, all of my goals have the single focus on complicating my life as much as possible. I mean, that's one way. Was one angle of attack, right? I find some kinds of we had a lime, a lift one, and a spin. We had 3 different brands of those things. Anyway, some things, some kind of complications I don't mind, and some kinds I do mind. I want communication to be really easy in my life. I don't like it when it's difficult to communicate with people. Like when people are giving me a lot of barriers to reaching understanding. That bothers me. If life wasn't complicated, it would be boring. So no, it's not too complicated. It's just the right amount of complicated. Well, that's because you're not bored, Kate Scott. For somebody who's bored, it's obviously not complicated enough. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, well, it's obviously not complicated enough, or else. And those people who are bored there by that logic are the ones who need more complication in their life. Angantier says life is as complicated or as simple as you make it. Right, but you may have found that you've made it more complicated than you wish you had, right? And in that context, then it can be more or less easy to decomplicate things that are complicated. It's very easy. If the biggest complication is you keep getting the runaround at this one place you're going to buy a binder, well, it's simple enough solution. Go to a different store, right? No problem. If that's the kind of complication you got, easy squeezy. But most people's complications are much more intertwined than that. You get into a relationship and it's not what you imagine it to be necessarily, but in a lot of ways, I'm not talking about myself even, but somebody gets deep into a relationship, it's not what they think it's supposed to be. And then what do? It's complicated, right? It's like, do I leave? Well, I've got a lot invested in this. I like this person, I love this person, but we don't seem to really be working out or whatever, that kind of shit's super complicated. I have no idea how to make sense of that a lot of times. I always fucking break it. I just haven't gotten around to get fixed yet. Unfortunately, I hate doing this. I hate starting a live stream and then stopping within like 5 minutes of starting it. But I got to go pick up Becky and Shane. So I need to go do that right now so I don't have to make them wait there forever. And I'm going to have to end this stream as a consequence. And probably by the time I get home, I'm going to be trying to start it again, unfortunately. But I might not. We'll see. And I'll definitely be streaming tomorrow at some point. I feel anxious. I feel enthusiastic about getting back into the mix of the channel that I've been kind of away from it for a stretch. I've been making some videos today too with everybody, all the people, and I'll put together an edited video with narration and shit on this week at the end of it. Anyway, thanks for being here. I will say hi to Becky for you, Joe, Shabadoo. And my complication is purpose and the motivation. Okay. I have to think about that a bit. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Anyway, goodbye.